Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.
Hi students, now in this video, I am going to explain on STEM modifications and under STEM modifications. So there are different types over there: underground STEM modifications, subaerial STEM modifications and aerial STEM modifications. Likewise, there are three different types of STEM modifications are there. Out of three types in this particular video, I am going to explain on first one and second one in the middle, up to the middle. So now let me focus on underground STEM modifications. Now underground STEM modifications information already I have given in a previous video also, but I have started from the starting. So that's why here in underground STEM modifications, so four types are there: rhizome, corm, stem tuber and bulb. So along with these underground STEM modifications, now I have given some more information regarding subaerial STEM modifications. So subaerial STEM modifications also four types are there. So there in this video two types I have given explanation. So one is runners and one more is stolons. Okay, so come let us have a look on the first on subaerial STEM, which one? Underground STEM modifications. Now underground STEM modifications. So there, based on the direction of growth and part that stores food material, so underground STEM modifications are divided into four types. One more time. So underground STEM modifications there, based on the direction of growth. Don't forget, based on the direction of growth and part that stores food material. Okay, what is a part that stores the food material? Based on that also, here underground STEM modifications are divided into four types. So now first one let us study, that is rhizome. Rhizome, thick underground dorsiventral stem that grows horizontally at the particular depth in the soil. Means suppose if any kind of structure maintaining thick structure and underground dorsiventral stem. Underground dorsiventral stem means, so dorsal side as well as ventral side can be distinguished. Okay, dorsiventral stem that grows horizontally. Don't forget, this point is important, NEET examination point of view. So means here rhizome definitely grows horizontally at a particular depth in the soil. Definitely that grows at a particular depth in the soil. Next one, so such kind of structure only we can be taken as rhizome. Now adventitious roots develop from the ventral suture of the rhizome. Means here adventitious roots from where development we can be seen, or from where adventitious roots of formation takes place means ventral suture. This ventral suture of the rhizome, definitely from this ventral suture of the rhizome, so definitely which one formation we can be seen? Adventitious roots of formation we can be seen. So next one, the terminal bud develops. So this terminal bud develops from aerial shoot or develops. So aerial shoot that bear inflorescence. Means here terminal buds develops as aerial shoot. Means aerial shoot definitely formed from the terminal bud. So that bears which one? Inflorescence. Inflorescence and everything. So we can be seen in aerial shoot system only. Okay, so means if you take this underground STEM modification, or for example first one rhizome, so definitely that is situated within the soil. So means definitely stem and stem parts will be present in underground only, but what are the parts means aerial shoot system develops from the terminal bud which consists or which comes above the level of soil. Okay, so means just above the level of soil, and finally which one formation takes place? Inflorescence formation takes place. Next one, axillary buds. Axillary buds helps in vegetative propagation. So axillary buds helps in vegetative propagation. Don't forget one point, axillary buds helps in vegetative propagation and terminal bud helps in the formation of aerial shoot system. These two bits are important. Terminal bud develops as which one? Aerial shoot system, whereas axillary buds develops or helps in vegetative propagation, okay, by giving rise to daughter rhizomes. Means here daughter rhizomes means here rhizomes are daughter rhizomes. So from where or from which kind of buds of formation means? So from axillary buds to, so which one of formation we can be seen? Daughter rhizomes of formation we can be seen. So these rhizomes are perennial. So don't forget, these rhizomes are perennial. Perennial means so can grow so more than 2 years, or lifespan of these rhizomes is more than 2 years, okay, and stores the food materials. So rhizome definitely stores the food materials. Next one, scale leaves are present at the at every node. So here scale leaves means our knowledge point of view, at every node we can be seen, or we are observing the presence of leaf. So when this stem is present in underground, so leaves are modified into scale leaves. That's why scale leaves are present at every node. Every I didn't write, but at the node, for example, Gingiber officinalis. Gingiber officinalis is a scientific name of ginger. You must try to learn this one. So 1 or 2 times if you by heart, definitely you can remember this side heading. So Gingiber officinalis is a scientific name of ginger. So here small diagram of a ginger also I have drawn. Now here exactly you are seeing at spotlight now. These are all adventitious roots. Okay. Next one, exactly at spotlight means here we have like two lines, or 2 lines. So that one we can be taken as a scale leaves, and shoot system is present at exactly at spotlight. So shoot system. Next one. So now here how it grows. Rhizome means it will grows like that, horizontal. So horizontal growth of the rhizome we can be seen. So best example is Gingiber officinalis ginger, and Curcuma longa turmeric. Turmeric, Curcuma longa. Curcuma longa. Curcuma longa is a scientific name of turmeric. Next one, Musa paradisiaca. Or suppose if you are feeling very tough of on these scientific names, at least genus name you try to remember. Musa paradisiaca. You try to listen my voice. So Musa paradisiaca, or simply Musa, M-U-S-A. Musa, scientific name of banana. Okay, so this is a small information regarding which one? Rhizome. So under rhizome, what are the main important points? First of all, NEET examination point of view, important points are examples only. So here the most of the times they will give examples only. So Gingiber officinalis ginger, Curcuma longa turmeric, Musa paradisiaca banana plant. So definitely this rhizome grows horizontally in the soil. Next one, from the axillary bud, or axillary buds involves in vegetative propagation, terminal buds involves in the development of aerial shoot system. So likewise, next one, corm concern, a modified underground vertical stem that grows at a particular depth in the soil is known as corm. Okay, one more time you see there, a modified underground stem, how it grows? Vertical. So it grows vertically in the soil. So don't forget. So when this particular corm grows vertically, so that particular modified stem, so we can be taken as corm. Means so rhizome that grows horizontally, corm now it is growing as vertically. So this particular differentiation we need to remember. Next one, adventitious roots normally develop. One more time, adventitious roots normally develop from the base or all over it, means definitely adventitious roots develops at the base, means here their ventral suture likewise we see now likewise. So adventitious roots develops at the base, and corm remains at a particular depth in the soil with the help of some modified adventitious roots known as contractile roots or pull roots. Here I didn't underline this one, but very important. In corm, some kind of specialized adventitious roots development we can be seen. So these kind of specialized adventitious roots helps so to keep the corm in particular depth in the soil, means because of these specialized roots. So what are the adventitious specialized roots or modified roots? Name is contractile roots. Contractile, so spelling is CONTRACTILE, contractile roots or pull roots, PULL roots. Okay, pull roots means the contractile roots or the pull roots definitely helps in or helps the corm to keep or to remain at particular depth in the soil. So this point very important and NEET examination point of view. First of all, in this particular case now, what is the point we learned? Corm that grows vertically. So there in corm now some kind of specialized adventitious roots are present. These are specialized adventitious roots only we have given a name as contractile roots or pull roots. Okay, so that is the important case. Next one, the large terminal bud of the corm grows. So one more time, the large terminal bud of the corm grows into aerial shoot system. Means here, did you observe one point? Terminal bud means in case of rhizome as well as corm also, definitely terminal bud grows into the aerial shoot system that bears leaves and flowers. So definitely, so shoot system definitely development taking place from the terminal bud. So next one, axillary buds develops into the where axillary buds develop in the axils of scale leaves and grows into the daughter corms. So here in case of rhizome as well as in case of corm also definitely. So what are the types of buds involved in vegetative propagation means? So definitely axillary buds. Okay, axillary buds only which are involved in formation of daughter rhizomes as well as daughter corms. So directly helps in vegetative propagation. So in this point I would like to highlight one point, that is terminal bud helps in development of aerial shoot system, and axillary buds also which are present at the axils of scale leaves and grows into the daughter corms and helps in vegetative propagation. So best example is Amorphophallus. Try to say along with me, Amorphophallus. Common name is Jaminacanthe. So Jaminacanthe only. So you will find in a textbook scientific name of Jaminacanthe is Amorphophallus, and one more is Colocasia. And one more is Colocasia. So this is a small rough diagram of Amorphophallus. So here we can see. So here exactly let us spotlight now some kind of root like structures are there now. So these root like structures only we have given a name as contractile roots or pull roots. So because of the presence of these contractile roots or pull roots, that particular corm will be there in particular depth in the soil. So means suppose if the corm is present at the particular depth in the soil, means that is only because of the presence of contractile roots or pull roots. Okay, so this point you don't forget, important. So next one, third one, so stem tuber. Third one is stem tuber. Swollen tip of the underground lateral branch is known as stem tuber. One more time, once you see there, swollen tip of the underground lateral branch. So here, so which one where we are saying that the storage of food materials in lateral branches. So in lateral branches, so suppose if the food materials so storage takes place, means definitely so that particular lateral branch or the tip of the lateral branch, so that will be swollen and converted into stem tuber, isn't it? Means here in stem tuber, so definitely means a stem tuber best example which one? No, potato plant. So potato, suppose if you take now, so from where this potato formation takes place, means once you see the bone, so here Where once you read it, branches or unilateral branches. So why? Because branches are also the structures belongs to the stem only now. So means these branches, so at the tip of the branches, due to the storage of food materials, so swollen part formation takes place. That is only we will be calling as stem tuber. Okay ma. So next one, roots are absent on the stem tuber. So means we could not see. So when you observe the one potato, there we could not see the presence of roots there. Why? Because here I have given one point, roots are absent on the stem tuber. Next one, this branch rises from the axils of leaf on the main stem. So means from the axils of leaf on the main stem. So from the main stem, no, we were observe the leaves on the axils of leaf, some kind of a branches formation takes place. Now these branches, growth of these branches is retarded. So when the growth of these branches is retarded, hence the tip of these branches become swollen due to the accumulation of food materials. Means when these branches growth is retarded, means after particular length, no, this particular branches growth is retarded, is getting stopped at the time, what will be happen? No, so the tip of the branches stores the food materials, so thereby the accumulation of the food materials, so that particular branch will be swollen. So thereby automatically, so which one formation takes place? So stem tuber formation takes place. So means here what is the point? What is the main important point? No, stem tuber formation takes place from the branches, and these branches are coming from the basal region of the main axis. So definitely these branches are arised from the axillary region of leaf. Okay. Next one here, each tuber has many notches on the surface of the surface. So one more time you see there, each tuber has many notches on the surface. So that particular notches only our subject point of view we will be calling as eyes. Okay, so means if you see the structure of stem tuber, we can find out the presence of eyes, so which are involved in vegetative propagation. But what is the information they have given, that also once let us see. So these eyes which possess axillary buds in the axil of leaf scar. So definitely, so these eyes consist of axillary buds in the axil of leaf scar. Okay, next one means here axillary buds are present in axil of leaf scar. Next one, it represents the position of node and helps in vegetative propagation. One more time, once you see there, it represents the portion of node. So definitely it represents the portion of a node and helps in vegetative propagation. So definitely, so where we are observing eyes, no, so there or that particular eye is responsible to the vegetative propagation. Best example is Solanum tuberosum. Solanum tuberosum is a scientific name of potato. So in potato, so what is a reserve stored food material means? So or in a potato, food materials stores in the form of starch. Okay, no? So this point also is important. Try to save this point in your mind. Means Solanum tuberosum is a scientific name of a potato. So in potato, what is a reserve store food material we can base in? Starch. So starch is a reserve store food material in Solanum tuberosum. So that's why. So here this information. So what is information? Oh, definitely in stem tuber, what are the main important points? Stem tuber develops from the branches. So when these branches grows into the soil, so after some time, these branches growth will be retarded. So when the tip of the branches stores the food materials, so this tip of the branches is swollen due to the accumulation of food materials. So thereby which one formation takes place? Stem tuber formation takes place. On the stem tuber, some kind of specialized structures are present known as eyes, so which are helps for the process of vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation, so for example Solanum tuberosum, potato. Okay, next one in a potato, which one is a stores means? So reserve store food material is starch. So it is a rough diagram of potato. So potato scientific name is Solanum tuberosum, don't forget it. Next one, fourth, bulb. So till now what are the types we have seen? Rhizomes we seen, corm we have seen, stem tuber we have seen. Next one is bulb, now we are going to see. Now bulb concerned, it is a highly condensed stem. So don't forget this point, it only most important. A highly condensed stem represented by a short convex or slightly conical disc is called bulb. One more time. So this bulb is nothing but highly condensed stem. Highly condensed stem represented by a short convex, don't forget a short convex or slightly conical disc. Short convex or slightly conical disc is known as bulb. Okay, adventitious roots develop from the lower surface. So here definitely from where adventitious roots of formation takes place means adventitious roots develops from the lower surface. Next one, the disc has compressed internodes. So here exactly at spotlight now condensed disc is present, condensed stem, exactly at spotlight condensed stem is present. On the condensed stem now there we can be seen which one. So here on the stem now fleshy scale leaves are present. Okay, these scale leaves arise from the nodes. Okay, next one, the terminal buds gives rise to aerial shoot. So again, so aerial buds involves in the formation of aerial shoot system. Next one, daughter buds which develops from the axillary buds. Means here in all cases except in stem tuber, remaining 3 cases, what is the point we have seen now? Definitely daughter buds or daughter buds no definitely develops from the axillary buds. Next one, terminal buds definitely involves in the formation of aerial shoot system. So likewise one important point we have seen. Now here what is the point? Definitely these axillary buds. So these axillary buds helps in the vegetative propagation. So this point also is important. Now here did you observe one point? So here this bulb we are studying under underground stem modifications only now, but here in bulb no food materials storage is not taking place in stem. Why? Because did you observe there in bulb? Okay, in bulb food materials storage takes place in scale leaves. So one thing I have written here, scale leaves and leaf base also. So definitely helps in the storage of food materials. So thereby, so scale leaves as well as leaf bases helps in storage of food materials. That's why did you observe one point here, fleshy scale leaves. So here these scale leaves why become very fleshy means because of the storage of food materials. I think so you have seen onion. So did you see onion before? So that particular onion only due to the storage of food materials, so that is becoming as a fleshy. So means what is the point I would like to highlight in a bulb no? So stem is not involves in the storage of food materials. So while cutting of onion no, mummy will cut first stem only. So at the time no, in a beneath of or bottom of the bulb if you see there no, there you will find a white color thing. So that is the main stem. So on the main stem now we are observing the presence of fleshy scale leaves. Isn't it? So that is the structure we can be seen. Means in a bulb stem is not involved in the storage of food materials. Food materials storage taking place in fleshy leaves or leaf bases. This point is important. Try to save in your mind. Next next modification is subaerial stem modifications. In subaerial stem modifications, so 4 types are there. What are those? So one is you see there, runners, stolons, suckers, offsets. One more time, runners, stolons, suckers, offsets. Now let us have a look on this. So subaerial stem modifications point of view, what is information now we are going to learn? So weak, prostate, axillary branches that creeps on the surface of the soil or found superficially. Okay, that creeps on the soil or they will be acting as creepers or found superficially on the soil. Okay, so such kind of structures or such kind of stem modifications, so we will be taking as subaerial stem modifications. Means here in subaerial stem modifications weak stem is present. Don't forget weak stem is present and prostate. Okay, that is situated outside of the soil or on the surface of the soil. Next one, axillary buds that creeps on the surface of the soil. Means axillary buds that may creep on the surface of the soil or found superficially on the soil. So whatever it is, the same only. So such kind of modifications only we will be calling as subaerial stem modifications. Next one, they behave as. So they behave as independent plants. So when they detached from the mother plant, so this helps in vegetative propagation. So here these plants means subaerial stem modifications definitely. So they can act as, or they can behave as independent plant. So they can behave as independent plant. So when they can act as independent plant means, so suppose if these subaerial stem modifications, so suppose if detached means separated. Suppose if they are detached from the mother plant, at the time also these subaerial stem modifications, so they can leave themselves as independent plants because of the presence of roots. Okay, so that kind of means, so that kind of a phenomenon only we will be taking as vegetative propagation. One more time, let us see this line. So they behave as independent plants when they detached from the mother plant, and thus helps in the vegetative propagation. So here these subaerial stem modifications, how many types are there? Four types are there. So first one is runners, stolons, suckers, offsets. 4 types. So now first one let us see. So that is runners. So there slender, prostate. So here weak we see no here finally. So weak and slender also we can write. Weak, slender, prostate area stem or branch that creeps horizontally on the surface of the soil with long internodes is known as runners. So means already runners. So diagram also once you see there. So it is a rough diagram of runners. So here these runners now growing horizontally on the surface of the soil with long internodes. Okay, so between the nodes, so what is the gap we will be finding now? So that particular place means exactly once you see there, exactly at spotlight node is present. So below the node fibrous roots are there, and above the node we are observing the shoot system. Next one likewise. So exactly at a node roots as well as shoot system we are observing. So between the two nodes the gap is known as exactly at spotlight internode. So that is our information. So now these runners develops from the axillary bud. So definitely runners develops from the axillary bud. Why? Because axillary buds only involves in the vegetative propagation. Axillary bud and produce adventitious roots. So from the runners, these runners develops from the axillary bud and produce adventitious roots. Next one, aerial shoots at the nodal region. So definitely aerial shoot system will be developed, or aerial shoot system develops at nodal region. Next one, if internodes break means here so exactly at spotlight. Suppose if internodes break down, so definitely what will be happen now? If internodes break, the nodes with adventitious roots develops into daughter plants. Did you observe there? Suppose if any kind of situation has come, so based on that situation, suppose if the nodes or internodes break down means if internodes is break, so definitely, so here because of the presence of roots as well as shoot system at every node, so even daughter plants also can live independently. So best example point of view, cynodon is dub grass. Best example, cynodon, fragaria scientific name of strawberry. Next one, oxalis, don't forget all these examples, oxalis, and one more is hydrocotyle vulgaris. So there 4 examples are there. One is a cynodon, fragaria strawberry, next one oxalis, and one more is hydrocotyle vulgaris. So these 4 examples we can be taken under runners. Next one, stolons concerned. So these stolons information, thin lateral axillary branch which bends downwards. So here what is main important point of stolons? Definitely the lateral axillary branch, so that which bends downwards. So here in the next video definitely I will give you a small diagram. So stolons that grows downwards. So these stolons are shrubs. So means here our knowledge point of view, so the plants are divided into 3 types, herbs, shrubs and trees. So likewise these stolons comes under shrubs. Okay, next one, axillary branch bends downwards. Now here axillary branch bends downwards and touches the soil. So when the roots are produced at the point of contact, so there now only we have seen when these axillary branches grows downwards towards the soil, when these axillary buds touches to the soil, so there definitely we can see the formation of roots. Next one, when these branches are separated from the parent plant, they develop into daughter plants. Why? Because already that particular branches grows downwards into the soil. So when the contact has happened between these two, roots formation takes place. After formation of roots, so you can separate that particular branch. So at the time that particular separate plant or separate branch also can live as independently. Why? Because so so due to the presence of roots as well as shoot system, it can survive as independent one. So that's why that kind of plants we will be taking as daughter plants. Am a point you understood or not? So next one, this method producing new plants in horticulture. So here same kind of method. One more time let me read. The parent plant they develop into the daughter plants. The method of producing new plants in a horticulture, so which is dependent on the Stolon principle. Stolon, STOLON, Stolon principle is known as layering. Means here in this particular case, in a horticulture. In a horticulture also this kind of Stolon principle only they will use for the producing of new plants. So there that particular process only we will be calling as layering. Layering. One more time. The parental plant that develops into the daughter plants. So this method or the method of producing new plants in the horticulture, so which is dependent on the Stolon principle. So means so how you will be producing a new plants in horticulture, everything is dependent on the Stolon principle. So here what is the method we are using for the producing of new plants, that particular process or the method we will be calling as layering. So in layering also Stolon principle technique only we are using. So there let me revise this entire information. So suberial stem modifications, so 4 types are there: runners, stolons, suckers and offsets. So runners now we have seen, stolons we have seen. Stolons, don't forget, grows downwards towards the soil. Okay, and remaining 2 suckers and offsets I need to finish, and stolons examples also I have to give you in the next video. By covering these 2, so somewhat information of runners as well as stolons, by covering these 2, remaining 2 also I will cover in next video. So prepare well. So try to see this video 1 or 2 times. So try to find out these examples exactly related to that particular side heading. So what are the important points I have given now? So try to revise. If a chance is there, try to write notes also on this one. So thereby within a short period of time, so you can prepare for NEET examination. Why? Because on CBSE students, so for CBSE plus 1 students, you are not having a public examination. So thereby directly now only you can prepare for NEET examination. Okay, ma. So prepare well. Suppose if you are unable to understand anything, so try to see this video by 1 more time. So that also if you get any doubts, so contact us. Take care. Prepare well.